So I'm currently at a state park in Rhode Island called Fort Wetherill. This place has a lot of history dating back to the American Revolution, but the actual construction happened in about 1940, right before America entered World War II. And it was only around for about 30 years. In 1972 or 75-ish, it was sold to the Rhode Island state, and then it became just a park. I find it kind of interesting to sit here now because just looking back to how the U.S. has fought imperialism, fascism in the past, World War II, obviously Hitler, and now today it's like we're having this huge issue with fighting the dictator we placed into power. And the fort is pretty dilapidated right now, which I think is a good representation of where the U.S. is right now. And so looking back at this place now, it kind of makes me think of, where we are as a country and where, we really want to be in the end, in the next 10, 15, 20 years from now. What specifically drove me to come here was the war with Iran. It's just another step the U.S. has taken to be an imperial colonial force in the Middle East. And this obviously isn't anywhere close to a one-to-one comparison, but think about how the people in Gaza are living. They're living in complete desolation right now. And, I'm here sitting in a fort that, this is better than what they have right now. I think it's just important to reflect on what the U.S. is doing to these other countries. And a lot of these people, they don't give a fuck about who the U.S. is, who Iran's government is. It's like they're just trying to survive and live. And we're doing these horrible things. The first attack we did on Iran, it was like we bombed a school. We killed 160 girls. It's like, for what? For why? What were they doing to harm the U.S. when they were being educated? And obviously every conservative is going to have their talking points about, there was like some nuclear facility below the school, like Iran is some nuclear threat, even though, we had this agreement with them for like over a decade that they weren't going to do anything, but we decided to leave that. But, they're going to have their talking points and it is what it is. But it's just important to contextualize what these people are going through because of the decisions that our government is making. Obviously, I find it completely unethical. And obviously some conservatives are going to, disagree with me, but I think there's a human element that is forgotten. I just feel like when you're here, you're forced to have this weird comparison between the beauty of nature that's, 100 feet away from you and the daily military complex that the U.S. has with these attacks on Iran, the funding that we have towards Israel. It's a strange dichotomy that we continuously have. So I realized this video was very sporadic, but I think it's just a sign of the times right now. Recently I've been having a lot of difficulty making the videos that I was making last year because just things are moving so quickly. Like, how can I reasonably cover Iran right now when every day it's a ceasefire agreement into another set of bombs, there's a nuclear whatever going on in 2 seconds. Like, it's just not reasonable to create anything that's like documented, factual, whatever, because everything's going at a mile a minute. And so I've just been reflecting a lot about how the news cycle just like somehow keeps on getting faster. And so I think I just wanted to have a time to just kind of reflect on what's happening. Because I think when you're stuck in it and you're just looking at the news every day, it's hard to kind of separate how much has been happening to kind of like where we are, if that makes sense. I don't think it does, but I don't know how else to explain it. So yeah.